Okay then, Raiders, we are back. We've got loads to go over today, as it appears that Embark Studios are now preparing you for your second expedition, and we have now finally got all of the details that we need before moving forward on February 25th to depart through March 1st. So we're going to break down all of the information that Embark have got for you guys today, and my lord, this one is a little bit better, but I still feel like there's some growing room. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, GamerSupps, to get you that offer esports athletes and gamers alike with the most effective and healthy energy drink option. And we've got new bundles dropping every day. Link in description. Use code CloudPlays at checkout for a cheeky discount. Now, this is our latest winner. A massive shout out to you. Hit me up on Discord or hit one of the moderators up on Discord and we'll get you your winnings. If you guys want to win a copy of the game or if you want to get a free set of Raider tokens, then very simply head down to the comment section and put in any colored love heart and it'll enter you in. We'll be announcing this one in a few days time, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel. With that being said, let's dive into the game and see what's happening right now inside of Ark Raiders. So we've received a ginormous article coming up from Ark Raiders, and this one was a very, very interesting one as it goes over the preparation for your second expedition. They go on to initiate the article right here by stating, Raiders, it will soon be time to open up the tunnels out of Speranza and send our second wave of ambitious Raiders to new adventures beyond the Rust Belt. Raiders can sign up from February 25th and the departure will take place on March 1st. This is your opportunity to start your journey again with a new Raider and extra buffs and bonuses. Before the expedition, we want to give you all the information you need so you can prepare ahead of time. Starting off, we want to get one announcement out of the way right off the bat. We've heard your feedback about the required stash value for maximum rewards being too high, and we've decided to lower the requirements to 3 million coins. That's 600k per skill point, and the reward will still be 5 skill points for the reaching the 3 million stash value, which is absolutely incredible because it's actually a lot easier to do than you may think. You need probably around 1.5 million in actual currency, and most stashes will equate to maybe about 1 million and just a bit more, so you can actually get this one done very, very quickly, that's for sure. I'm really glad that they've done this. I'm really, really glad that they've done this, and they've even given you guys a bit of a catch-up mechanic as well for those of you guys who actually entered in last time but weren't able to hit that 5 million gate. It states, for Raiders who could not amass enough coins during the first expedition, we are introducing a skill point catch-up system, allowing Raiders to reclaim the ones that they missed. The catch-up skill points will be heavily discounted, making them total coins needed for each skill point less for each expedition. Amass the entire stash value and enjoy your skill points before everyone else failed to do so, and catch-up system will allow you to close the gap over time. For this expedition, you will need to gather 300,000 stash value per skill point missing from the first expedition. When departing, coins will contribute to the skill points of the second expedition before contributing to missing skill points from the first one. Bear in mind that the rewards and requirements may change for future expeditions, and bonus skill points won't be available indefinitely for those that continue to depart. Now, this is very, very interesting. I know that there's a lot of confusion around it, but essentially, if you guys did enter the expedition last time but weren't able to make the full 5 million, then you'll be able to enter in. Unfortunately, if you didn't enter the expedition last time, then you won't count through to this one at all, meaning that there is no chance to get those missing skill points from the previous expedition that you didn't enter in on. Hopefully that clears up a little bit of the confusion behind that, as I know that there have been some issues with understanding what they've been saying. Now, with regards to the rewards, stacks, and additions, I was really hoping for more at this point. I think the first expedition was okay, it went down all right, but I was just really expecting a little bit more this time round, and them hoping to have actually listened to us in that regard. But it states right here that players who will be doing the expedition for the first time will be getting the rewards from the first expedition. That is originally the first expedition, so you'll be receiving the patchwork stuff that you guys had from beforehand. We'll go over all of the loot that you guys are going to be able to get from this in just a moment, as we've got a full graphic to go over. But it states, for those who continue to depart, more stash space and skill points will be awarded. Permanent bonuses that have been earned on previous expeditions will be retained by Raiders even if they choose to not depart again. The patchwork outfit will get 4 additional toggles and 2 new color options for those joining their second expedition, as well as a new scrappy outfit. Buffs will stack for those who continue to depart on consecutive consecutive expeditions, but will reset for those who decide not to depart again. The trophy display project, along with the cosmetics, any other raider decks, and unlock map regions, leaderboard position and trials, codex entries, and raider tokens will not be affected by the expedition. So your permanent ones that you are going to be receiving right here is the patchwork outfit, which has been evolved. So essentially the original patchwork outfit, but you're going to have some toggleable options and a couple of different color variants. I think the toggleable options, as long as they are additional and not removing the ones that you currently have, I think that would make more sense to me. We've also got the scrappy cosmetics and the expedition indicator icon, which is upgraded for each expedition completed. So you'll obviously be able to find out exactly how that one goes, as well as a bonus for 24 stash spaces for your second expedition. 5 skill point catch up, obviously, if you want to enter in for those from the first expedition. So it'll be at a total of 85 is possible for those embarking on their second expedition overall. Now, this is obviously where some of the confusions come in, because the consecutive buffs obviously do boost up even further. So a 10% on the XP boost, a 12% on the scrappy materials boost, and 70% on the repair value increase. Now, this for me is massively intriguing, because this shows right here the essential breakdown of what you're going to be able to receive. As you can see by the expedition explain page, there is the first expedition where the numbers are obviously equivalent. So you'll have the 5% XP boost, the 6% scrappy material boosts, the 12 stash spaces, the 0 to 5 skill points depending on how much you have actually earned in wealth. But people got a little bit confused by this, thinking that they were going to gain a 10% total XP boost on top of the 5 that they had already had. Now, the issue with that is that obviously it just didn't read well. So Embark has clarified right here by Embark Ocean that if you have 12 in your first, 24 is in your second. So you won't receive total of 24, you will have 24 slots open on the second one overall. So it's 12 each time you actively do it. And then with the XP, it is 5% each time you actively do it. The scrappy material boost is 6% each time you actively do it. They just stack as the expeditions go on. So if this is your first expedition, then you are obviously only going to get the first percentage that you have available. Now, obviously, if some people were wondering how it is that the skins are going to work for the first expedition, if you've never expeditioned before, then you are going to obviously obtain the patchwork skin initial one. Essentially, it sets you back an entire time. So it's a little bit frustrating, if anything, but it will set you back an entire expedition. Now, obviously, people are wondering whether it's going to be worth it or not. And for me personally, I feel like people need to start doing the expeditions now. These are going to start becoming a little bit difficult, as you are going to be gaining more skill points, and they are going to be altering how the skill points actually operate and making them more viable. So unless they have separate matchmaking where you can only matchmake within the expedition bracket that you're in, this could end up very, very bad, with some people having some ridiculous buffs that some people just are never going to be able to obtain. If you weren't in the original expedition and you weren't even playing back then, you're already at a disadvantage to every other person who has, which for me personally is a little bit of a bad mechanic to run off of, but we'll have to see how that one actually operates. Now, people are wondering about the skill tree and if it's going to be getting a change. It's apparently they were meant to be altering it a couple of months ago, and Embark Ocean has stated that they don't have any info on that right now, so it's a little bit of a nightmare. Fingers crossed they do, but right now we haven't got anything on the cards. Let me know what you guys are thinking of this new expedition window and how it is that you feel about it, and are you going to be doing it? Is it enough of a sway for you by this point? People are going to be at a different advantage if you don't. I think that's just the realistic point of it. But we're going to take a look at what it is that you guys had to say on the previous video, where we spoke about them fighting back against cheaters and a new Sky Arc potentially coming. Make sure you check that one out. It was a big video for the channel, but you guys had a lot to say. This first one right states, from Million 3D Studio, ban all the cheaters. 110%. I feel like that's a absolute given, and the cheaters should definitely be banned. It's been a bit of a weird time for cheaters inside of this game, and it's going all over the board right now. So fingers crossed they can start knocking everything out of the park with this new shared family Steam page, not available for cheaters. This next one states, imagine a kamikaze drone like a pop. That would be absolutely incredible. A pop kamikaze that flies around would be insane. A flying pop would be nuts. I'm actually fully here for that, because it'd be really easy to take out, but in the same breath, it would be absolutely crazy to go up against, especially if pops were around at the same time. My lord, that'd be wild. This next one right here states, I want a snake type arc. That would be extremely scary and very, very difficult to shoot. But I think that they've already kind of gained a little bit of a narrative from that, from ticks. They zip around the floor. They are very small, very difficult to target. I think that they probably have something like that already. I stand by wanting a a dragonfly, man. I want a dragonfly-looking arc that flies around the sky with these ginormous little wings. Oh my god, I just said ginormous little wings. Anyway, that's all we've got time for today. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you want to top comments in the next video, then make sure you hit a comment that's relevant and the top ones that will feature in tomorrow's video. Thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, appreciate your faces, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.